nobody's going to do anything. All the people that know out here things about that aren't coming forward, and if somebody doesn't help her, she's going to spend the rest of her life in prison. And then I ran into her in jail. I was arrested for something, and I was in jail with her, and they were calling our names to go to court. And Susie and I figured if we stayed together, they would think they called our names in that order and handcuff us together, and they did. Well, when we got on the bus was full, except for the cages. They have cages on the bus, too, besides regular bus seats. And they put Susie and I in a cage right behind, I guess it's her co-defendant or whatever.
Okay, so you were on which bus? The county jail transport bus?
Yeah.
Okay. With Susie?
Yeah, she told me that the guy in front of us on the bus was her co-defendant.
Mm-hmm.
Now I said, what's his name? She said, I don't know his name.
Okay.
She said she wanted to talk to him, but she was afraid. And I encouraged her to talk to him. I said, if you don't, you'll be sorry.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then what happened?
She talked to him. She said, excuse me. And he turned around and goes, yeah. And she goes, what's going to happen to me for all of this? And he said, you weren't there. You didn't have anything to do with it. You're going to walk.
Mm-hmm.
I told Susie to have her lawyer subpoena me into court, and I would tell what I heard her say.
Mm-hmm.
And her lawyer never did.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I happened up on that get-together or party at that plumbing shop.
How was it that Susie's name came up in conversation at that event?
It was heavy on my mind. You know, it's always been heavy on my mind. And because I wanted to know everything. And I brought up her name, and he told me, oh, yeah, Susie Millen. He said, I said, yeah, she was convicted and she didn't do this. He said, I know. He said, now he told me they think her car was used to move the body, but it wasn't. It was my car. And I said, why don't you go tell somebody, tell the police or something, try and help her. And he said, I don't want to get arrested for nothing. See, I went to the district attorney's office.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
And what did you tell them? Same thing?
Yes.
And
Well, no, wait, there was part of it that I didn't know about Santos yet.
Okay.
But I went and told them about the guy at the party. I went and told them about what he said on the bus.
Okay.
I told her that the star witness, so to speak, was someone that nearly got me killed and has done a lot of really horrific things to people.
The star witness is
June Patty.
Okay. And what did the DA say?
The DA said Susie was lucky to have a friend like me, and that if she ever got in trouble, she would hope someone was out here like me.
But she didn't do anything for you.
No, she said their job was done.
Okay.
That was to convict Susie.
That was after she had been convicted that you talked to the DA.
And she told me what I had was very good information. And she suggested that I go to an attorney, and I said, there's no money, no money. And she said, well, there's a place here that helps you with an attorney. I'll take you over there. And she took me over to the legal aid.
Mm-hmm.
And they were closed that day. So she gave me their phone number, and she suggested that I call them and get an attorney and tell him everything that I know. And so I thought, well, if I go to the district attorney's office and tell them, they can give me a lie detector test, find out I'm not lying, and they'll help her. We became really good friends. Really good friends. I didn't know nothing about him being there, and he didn't know anything about me being interested in Susie. It was a coincidence. We had became really close. It was more like we were real good friends, but I think I kind of looked over him like a mother, kind of.
Okay.
And he came to trust me. Well, what happened was I had gone to jail for 3 weeks for a probation violation. I had ran on it for 5 years. I thought I was going to prison. And I didn't go to prison. The judge terminated my probation because I hadn't been arrested that whole time, and I was doing good, and so he just terminated everything, and I was a free woman. Well, when I got out, I was hot to help Susie again because I had been reminded of how horrific jail is. And I got out, and so that was heavy on my mind. And he came over, and I was telling him what I was doing. I told him I was going to meet with the Innocence Project. I was trying to help Susie Mellon, and he goes, Susie? And I said, yeah. And I go, well, you know, she's in jail for something she didn't do. And he goes, I know she didn't do it. I said, how do you know? And he goes, I'm going to tell you something. And he said, because they said there was 3 people involved. I was the 3rd person. Susie was not there. I know this. I know she's innocent.
Did he tell you whether Susie had a role?
He said absolutely not.
Was she physically there?
No.
Okay.
And I was shocked when he told me that, because all this time I had known him and her name hadn't came up between the two of us. I never dreamed in a million years that he would know her, much less have anything to do with it. I was really surprised. And I said, why don't you help her? And he goes, I don't know what to do to help her. I said, well, would you be willing to talk to the Innocence Project and help Susie get out of jail? He said, yeah, I'll do what I can to help Susie. I just never knew who to talk to, and I didn't want to go to the cops.
Right.
And I called him and told him about this guy, and they set up a meeting, and Santos went with me over there to talk to him. I felt like they would just take him and have him thrown in jail if he told his story, and they wouldn't care. And it would be so unfair when he came to help somebody that's innocent, and he really didn't have anything to do with the murder. But I told him, don't tell him. Don't tell him the truth. Tell him you were a spectator. You saw from the outside.